How being empathic helps you deal with difficult people. Empathizing with other people helps you diffuse conflict, prevent overcritical behavior, and propose compromise. While empathy is not innate, some people are naturally more empathic than others. However, if you want to learn how to deal with difficult people, empathizing with others is essential. Effective empathy. Effective empathy helps you relate to and understand other people's feelings. Empathic people have the ability to share the feelings of others, but there is a big difference between empathy and sympathy. To develop this skill, you should find something within yourself that feels emotional pain or deep sorrow. For example, if you recently lost a loved one, try to remember what it felt like to experience the same feelings without them. When relating to difficult people, you need to understand that your actions have a direct effect on the other person. This means that your words must reflect your own feelings. Choosing words that validate the other person's emotions and thoughts will help you build trust and respect. Be careful not to argue or direct questions. Try to remain flexible as to the direction of the conversation. Effective empathy is important in dealing with difficult people. Cognitive empathy is the process of imagining what another person is going through. This is the first step to forming empathy. You can also try to visualize yourself in that person's situation. Once you have an idea of what they are going through, you can begin to express your own feelings. This is important when dealing with difficult people because it can help you build rapport with them. So, if you are surrounded by difficult people, remember to practice this skill. In order to develop an effective way to show empathy, you need to learn to set aside your own perspective and see things from the other person's perspective. Empathic people recognize that a certain behavior is a reaction to prior knowledge or experiences. They also know when to ask for more responsibility or to share their feelings. Empathic people also practice their skills in this way, they develop a stronger relationship with others. The ability to develop emotional empathy is essential to relating to difficult people. It can help you diffuse conflicts, avoid overcritical behavior, and propose solutions. It is not innate and some people are more empathetic than others. However, if you have a good empathy for others, you'll be able to connect with them on a much deeper level. There is a difference between cognitive and emotional empathy. Stepping into another person's shoes. There are 4 basic responses to dealing with a difficult person. You can walk away, ignore them, or create space between you. Whatever you decide to do will depend on the individual and their circumstances. It's best to respond to a difficult person in a way that allows you to cope. Try putting yourself in the person's shoes. If they have a history of bad behavior, they may have a grudge against you. This might be a result of previous actions or words. It's not your place to judge their motivations. But if you're not sure of what they're aiming for, try putting yourself in their shoes. Try to imagine how someone else would react in the situation. If you're having trouble understanding someone else's point of view, try pretending to be them. Step into their shoes and ask them a series of open-ended questions to understand their perspective. Ask open-ended questions to clarify the situation and avoid making assumptions. Make a list of questions you want to explore. You can't know what they're going through, but you can't avoid getting emotionally involved in their problem if you don't step back. Putting yourself in their shoes helps you gain perspective on the situation. It also gives you a healthy physiological response. That's important when dealing with difficult people. Mindfully releasing emotions. One of the first steps to successfully addressing difficult people is to learn to release your emotions. Many people who find it difficult to deal with difficult people simply act out or suppress their feelings. Both of these approaches can have undesirable outcomes. However, acting out is often an unwise choice as it can escalate the situation. On the other hand, suppressing your emotions can actually make the situation worse. Mindfully releasing your emotions is a better option. One way to release your feelings is to write about it. This can be in the form of a letter to the difficult person, or it can be as simple as writing about the hurtful memories that led to your anger. Writing about your feelings can help you identify with the feelings you felt in other parts of your life. When dealing with difficult people, you might be triggered by feelings that you had forgotten about. It is important to note that many people are taught to suppress their emotions. Mindfully releasing emotions is one way to make these feelings more acceptable in your life and your relationships. Another method to release your emotions is through doing something meaningful. A long walk through the woods or a mindful walk by the bay are examples of activities that can help you release your feelings. As you engage in the activity, your emotions will manifest in joy and a realization that you're moving on. The process will be more effective if you make the choice to release your emotions in an appropriate manner. Identifying difficult feelings and allowing yourself to recognize them before they manifest in crises is a crucial first step in dealing with difficult people. Learning to identify difficult emotions will help you stay in the present moment and prevent you from reacting violently. Mindfully releasing emotions allows you to deal with difficult people and get on with your life. You may even find that these difficult people help you become a better person. Shifting your mindset to deal with difficult people. One way to overcome the stress and anxiety associated with dealing with difficult people is to change your mindset. Understand that difficult people are not the bad guys, they're just playing a role for your growth. Those who are difficult to deal with may actually be people you love deeply or are playing the role of villain to explore aspects of themselves that you would otherwise not see. To shift your mindset, try to view difficult people as teachers who will help you grow. Another tip is to resist the urge to react. Reacting can make the situation worse. Instead, practice having positive reactions to difficult people. For example, when you know someone is running late, you might get angry or frustrated, but by reacting you will only encourage them to be even more late in the future. Rather than reacting, wait until the person arrives. This way, you will not feel the need to respond emotionally. If the person is difficult because they are unable to change their behavior, try to understand their behavior. Sometimes, difficult people are simply insecure or lack social or technical skills. By understanding the reasons why these people are difficult, you can find a way to make it better for both of you. You may be tempted to ignore them altogether, but you should always stay polite and professional, even when they are being difficult. Whether it's a family member, a co-worker, a partner, or a friend, you'll face difficult people at some point in your life. Be prepared to use negotiation strategies to overcome these challenges. Decide when to discuss issues and when to stay quiet. Remember, not every fight needs to be fought, and compromise is a better way to get things done. Avoid defending yourself with insults. Don't take personal attacks personally and avoid giving in to the temptation to gossip. Always remember that a wrong is not a right. Don't return bad behavior. Try to make a safe island for yourself in a crowded place. This way, you'll create a barrier between you and your difficult person. But don't forget to ask for their perspective as well.